They have spoken about you. And this time, those words didn't just stop at the neighbor's fence. Something is spreading, not in silence, but through whispers that have become too loud to ignore. People have knocked on doors, but not yours. They knocked on the doors of those in power, and they brought a story about you. If you believe in angels, then right now, stop everything and watch this video until the end. Because a message is coming, not from humans, but from a place where everything we hide is seen, a message that cannot be ignored. The angel says, there is something important about to be revealed, and you need to hear it, every word. What is about to come may confuse you, even hurt you, but it is necessary for clarity, for the peace that you have long been without. God has seen what you haven't, and now the time has come for the truth to no longer be hidden in the dark. There are words that seem like a passing breeze on the porch, but no, this time they don't drift away. They stay. They are written down, and they have flown farther than you ever imagined. Your neighbors, the ones who once smiled and greeted you in the morning, who stood by the fence, asking about the weather, are now the ones who have spoken. But not to ask. They spoke to accuse. They have said something about you. Not a small matter, not casual words. What they have said carries weight. It is no longer just gossip at the street corner. It has become official information. It is being heard. It is being recorded. And the scariest part is, it has reached the ears of those with the power to change your life. You may not even know that this is happening. You may still live your days like any other, unaware that behind your back, another story is being written. A story that you didn't tell, but bears your name. People say you did something they can't ignore, something that made them step out of silence. And that, even if you think it's absurd, even if you don't realize it, is being considered true. It is being examined. It is being put on the scale. Those words may not be true. They may stem from misunderstandings, biases, or half-hearted glances, but now they have been formalized, and that is changing everything. How can you prepare for this? One ordinary day, a morning that seemed like any other. Then suddenly you hear what they have said, and your heart sinks as though someone has just sucked all the air out of the room. The first feeling is astonishment, then comes doubt. Gradually, it becomes a lingering pain of betrayal, of the collapse of trust in those you thought were close. You wonder, why me? They were there. They saw you in your most genuine moments, but instead of understanding, they chose to judge. Instead of asking, they chose to accuse. And now you find yourself standing in the whirlpool, where the story is being told by others, but the consequences are yours. But stop for a moment, look up, because you have not been abandoned. The Almighty, the one who has seen every moment when you thought you were alone, knows. He sees your heart, not just your actions, but the intentions behind them. He knows how hard you've tried, how much you've struggled, how long you've stayed silent to keep the peace. And it is He, not humans, who holds the true story in His hands. This is not the time to be afraid, nor the time to shut the door, run away, or lay blame. This is the time to look straight ahead and ask yourself an important question. What will I do with this truth now? You can collapse under the weight of the rumors, or you can rise from that very spot with an honest heart and eyes that no longer want to avoid the truth. the truth. A simple word, but sometimes sharper than any blade. It cuts through the shell, through the excuses, through the fears we try so hard to hide inside. And yes, it hurts. But in that pain, a door opens, the door to freedom. You can't change what others have said. You can't retract the accusations that have spread like poisonous wind. But you can choose how to respond. Not with anger, but with the truth. Truth doesn't need to scream. It just needs to be looked at, acknowledged, spoken, with a voice that does not tremble. And perhaps you also need to hear that truth from yourself. Yes, maybe you've made mistakes. Maybe there's something you've been avoiding. But perhaps you are completely innocent, just a victim of misunderstanding. Whatever it is, the first step is still the same: the courage to face the light. This is not the time to play the victim, nor the time to act like a martyr for honor. This is the time to be honest with yourself, with others, and with God. Because when the truth is on the table, however rough, ugly, or painful, it is still the key that opens something no one can take from you: peace of mind. I know. Perhaps you feel like everything is falling apart around you, when your reputation is tarnished, when the looks around you suddenly grow cold, when you begin to doubt yourself. That's when loneliness tears the deepest. But please don't forget this: you are not what people say about you. Who you are has always been defined from within, not from the mouths of others. They may paint a distorted picture. They may label, assign, or create a story in which you can't even recognize yourself. But God knows the original. He doesn't look at blurry pictures. He sees the whole frame. You don't have to fight to prove every word you say. What you need to do is live truthfully with yourself, stay upright, and walk in His guidance. Because in the end, your dignity is not something anyone can take unless you let it go. You are made in the image of the Creator. In His eyes, you are precious. And that value is not diminished by rumors, reports, or misunderstandings. You are a child of light, and light never fears the darkness. There are moments in life when you don't get to choose the story that happens to you, but you always get to choose how to write the next chapter. This may be a dark chapter, a passage full of tears, but it's not the end. In fact, this is the part where God uses the fire to refine you. He doesn't just care about how you feel. He cares about who you will become after you've passed through this storm. You can let this make you bitter, angry, and close off your heart, or you can let it forge you into a stronger, more honest, wiser version of yourself. Because sometimes God doesn't take the storm away, because He knows you are strong enough to sail through it. And in that storm, you won't just learn to endure, but also to listen to your inner voice and the whispers of God. Believe that everything you are going through is not punishment, but a part of the purification process. A person who's refined isn't made in ease, but in fire. And you, yes, you, are being refined for something greater. It's time. No more detours. No more running away. There's only one path left. Right through the truth. You may be tired. You may have been waiting for some miracle to make everything disappear. But the truth, however hard to hear, is not your enemy. It is your guide. It is the light in the dark. You don't need to carry the burden of pretending anymore. You don't need to cover up or avoid anything. Acknowledge what is right. also speak out what is wrong, not because they deserve to hear it, but because you deserve to be free. The truth will open the door, but only when you dare to walk up and turn the key. You may tremble, you may cry, but then you will see. Freedom doesn't come after applause, but after the moment you stop fearing the light. You will no longer be overwhelmed by the words behind your back. You will no longer be stuck in what if and if only. Because when you choose the truth, you are no longer the victim. You are the one who walks. You are the one who lives awake. Perhaps now you are wondering, if they misunderstand me, if they don't believe the truth, what do I have left? You have everything. Because the truth doesn't need the crowd's approval. The truth only needs one pair of eyes to trust you, and that is God's eyes. He doesn't look at you as the world looks. He doesn't count the rumors, care about the words in the file or the report. He looks at the heart. He sees the part of you that can't be hidden, but also the only part worth saving. He knows every moment you fell in loneliness. He hears every word you never said. He was there when others turned away, and he is still here when all voices have silenced. This translation tries to keep the essence and tone of the original text intact while conveying the message in English. No one understands you like the one who created you. No one sees the full story like the one who has been with you since the very beginning. Let that be your source of strength. Let his gaze cover all accusations, all doubts, and all the fears gnawing in your heart. When the world turns its back, when you feel like everything is collapsing, remember one thing: God is always with you. There is no pain too great that he cannot heal. There is no dark night that lasts forever without the dawn. God, your Creator, is not just someone who watches you from afar. He is the one who walks with you every step of the way. He does not abandon you when you lose your way. He does not turn away when you are confused and suffering. Each time you fall, he patiently waits for you to rise, reaching out to lift you up. Remember that even if the world turns its back on you, there is only one love that never changes. That is God's love. This love is unconditional, with boundless mercy. He does not see you through your mistakes or faults. He sees you as a beloved child, a soul full of potential, capable of overcoming every challenge. God will never leave you in the storm. He knows you are stronger than you think. He knows you have the ability to overcome what seems impossible. And when you feel weakest, that is when he is closest to you, supporting you with each breath. The peace you find does not come from the perfection of life or the acceptance of others. True peace comes from knowing that you are never alone. God will be the light that guides you through every darkness. God is not only the companion, but he is also the one who has the power to heal every wound, whether it is a wound of the soul or the body. What you're going through today, no matter how painful or difficult, is not the end. This is just one part of the journey filled with healing and renewal that God has planned for you. God sees all the pain and suffering you have endured. He is not only the one who created you, but he also understands every emotion, every joy, and every sorrow of yours. God knows what you need, and he will never let you lack in your hardest moments. God will reach out, heal, and give you the strength to stand again, even if the world out there may be turning its back. Right now, you may feel very weary. You may have tried so hard to get through, but still can't shake the sense of despair. Don't worry, for God is the one who will breathe new life into you. He will transform the dark parts of your heart, turning them into light. This renewal doesn't come from yourself, but from the grace of God, the one with the power to renew everything, from life, from your soul to your faith. God is the one who can turn suffering into joy, turn darkness into light. The wounds you carry in your heart will no longer control you if you open your heart to receive His healing. The scars may still remain, but instead of harboring resentment, you will see those scars as marks of strength, of life after the storm. There is no pain that God cannot heal. There's no challenge that He cannot help you overcome. This change, this healing will come to you when you trust in the power of love and forgiveness. And when you open your heart to receive, you will find yourself completely renewed, a new person, stronger, more resilient, and closer to God. Remember, every step you take on this journey is a part of your growth. You are not the only one going through suffering, but what is special is that you can rise stronger than ever, thanks to God's help. Never doubt His strength, because He can always turn hardships into opportunities for you to find yourself and be healed more deeply. In times of trial, when you feel lost or under pressure from all sides, remember that God is always with you, protecting and guiding you through every storm. God is the one who will never forsake you, no matter how difficult the circumstances. He is your strong protector, always ready to create a new path when every road seems blocked. God is not only the light in the darkness, but also the shield, protecting you from all dangers, attacks from the enemy, or troubles you cannot see. He guides you step by step, taking you through each challenge you face. Even when you feel insecure, never forget that God is always with you. In moments when you feel the weakest, He is the source of strength that helps you stand firm. Trust in His protection. Nothing can harm you when God is your refuge. When everything around you is changing and unpredictable, God is the one who does not change. He never changes. He is always the firm foundation, the safe place, the shelter for all who call upon Him. Even if the world out there is in turmoil, God remains the solid source you can rely on. Remember, God's guidance doesn't always come clearly right away. You may feel like you're walking in the dark, not knowing what to do, not knowing where to go. But rest assured, God is guiding you step by step, even when you don't realize He is with you. Sometimes He leads you through difficult times to teach you valuable lessons, helping you grow and become stronger in your faith. God never abandons you. He will never let you face hardships alone. He always watches over you, protects you, and prepares a good plan for you. Trust in His guidance, and when you look back later, you will see that every road you've walked, no matter how difficult, was part of God's wonderful protection and guidance. When you feel afraid or uncertain, call upon God, for He is the one who will lead you to peace. God is wise and knows exactly what you need and where the right path is for you to follow. Sometimes, walking in faith might make you feel like you can't see the future, but remember that God goes before you, guiding you through every hardship, and He will always show you the way. Never forget, you are never alone in this journey. God is your faithful companion, always by your side, protecting you and guiding you every step of the way. God's protection is not only from external dangers, but also from the protection of your soul. When you feel anxious, insecure, or afraid, He is the one who will bring peace to your heart. Maki. Making you unafraid to face any challenge. When the world around you is full of instability and life's storms seem endless, remember that true peace only comes from God. He is the source of peace, even when circumstances are not what you expected. Peace in God is peace that surpasses all understanding, peace that cannot be found anywhere else but in Him. Let the peace of God reign in your heart, a peace unaffected by the circumstances around you, a peace that comes from trusting in His unconditional love. Even when you face many challenges, God is still with you, leading you, comforting you, and protecting you with a peace only He can provide. God knows what you are going through, and He always understands your pain, worries, and anxieties. But the important thing is that God doesn't just see your suffering. He also has a greater plan for you. That plan is not destruction, but salvation, restoration, and peace in Him. Peace in God doesn't mean you won't face challenges, but in every challenge, God will be the one who helps you stand firm, giving you strength and hope to keep moving forward. Remember, He has overcome all trials, and so you can also overcome any difficulty with Him by your side. The peace of God is not just external tranquility, but inner calm. When you know that God holds everything in His hands, you can release your worries and find serenity in your heart. God is the one who gives you rest, even when life seems exhausting and tense. Hope in God is the light that guides you through the dark nights of life. When you feel like there is nothing left to hold on to, hope in God will help you see the light ahead. No matter how dim the path seems, this hope will lead you to peace and well-being. God has promised that He will never forsake you, and you can trust in His promises. God has a good plan for you, even if you haven't seen the full picture. This hope is the key that will help you overcome every challenge and move forward. Let hope in God be the driving force that helps you stand firm in difficult times. No matter how hard it gets, you will never fail when you have hope and trust in God. And when your hope in Him is strengthened, you will see a future full of promise, where all good things are waiting for you. God is at work in your life, and in your hardest moments, He is preparing wonderful things for you. God will never disappoint you. He will fulfill every promise He made to you. So never let worry and fear steal your peace. Be confident that God will finish His work in you, and your future will be protected and guided by His great love. Continue to hold fast to your faith, for the peace of God will lead you to all the good things He has prepared for you. Trust in Him. Never let your heart be distracted, and know that God always has a good plan for you. When you feel exhausted, when the road becomes rugged, and you have no strength to go on, don't forget that God is the one who restores everything. He is the one who brings resurrection to things that seem dead. When you feel weak, He will be your strength. Every wound in life, whether physical or emotional, God can heal. He is the restorer, the healer of all wounds, and the one who brings peace. What you have gone through, the suffering that you thought you couldn't overcome, will become opportunities for God to work in your life, renewing you inside and out. God's restoration is not a miracle in an instant, but a journey, a process where you walk with Him, where He leads you from suffering to healing, from darkness to light. In every moment, God never forsakes you. Every step you take is seen by Him, and every hardship you face is part of His plan. Trust in God's restoration because He knows exactly what you need. God will not leave you in pain forever. He will turn every challenge into an opportunity for you to grow and find strength in yourself. The failures you have faced are not the end. They are stepping stones, leading you to a brighter future, where you will clearly see the restoration God has done in you. God is the one who turns suffering into joy and turns darkness into light. He can take away your worries, fears, and despair and replace them with peace, hope, and freedom. Even if you feel like you're in a deep pit, God will lift you up, holding you with His mighty hand. Here is the English translation of your text. And in every difficult moment, remember that the Lord always leads you in His steps, and He always prepares a way for you to walk, whether you can see it or not. The restoration of the Lord will not only bring healing, but also renew your soul and strength, helping you overcome every challenge with firm faith and hope. Let the Lord be your strength in times of weakness, for when you feel helpless, He will be the one who works powerfully within you. Give Him your burdens, and He will ease the pains in your heart. The restoration in the Lord is not just physical healing, but a complete transformation of your soul. The Lord will change the way you view life, bringing you a peaceful heart and deep gratitude, even when you face adversity. It is important to keep faith in the Lord's restoration. Remember that the Lord is always with you. When you cannot stand on your own, He will lift you up and help you keep walking. The restoration of the Lord is a process filled with love, a journey you will never walk alone. Never forget that the Lord is the one who can renew you, heal you, and restore everything in your life. No matter how much suffering or difficulty you face, trust that His restoration is coming, and you will see wonderful results from His boundless love. In every trial, when the world around you seems to collapse, do not forget that the Lord is your protector. He is the one who guards your soul and your life, always with you in every situation, from peaceful times to the most difficult moments. The Lord is a firm protector, always standing by you and guarding you in His hands. No matter what challenges you face, no matter how helpless or worried you feel, the Lord will never abandon you. He is a safe refuge, a fortress that protects you from all dangers. When you feel lonely, when it seems like no one understands you, the Lord will be the closest companion to you, not only protecting you, but also guiding you. When you do not know what to do next, the Lord will direct your every step so that you do not lose your way in the sea of life. Remember that the Lord not only protects you from external dangers, but He also guards your thoughts, protecting you from negative thinking, fear, and anxiety within your heart. The Lord guards your soul, helping you maintain peace, patience, and faith, even when surrounded by challenges that seem impossible to overcome. Trust in the Lord's guidance, for He knows the path you take better than anyone else. The Lord will lead you through every road, whether it is rough or perilous. He will always have a good plan for your life. He will help you recognize opportunities even in difficulties, allowing you to grow and become stronger with each challenge. Never be afraid, for the Lord walks with you. Even if you have to go through darkness and tough times, He will always guide you out of it. The Lord is the light that shines in the darkness. He illuminates the way for you, helping you see the path ahead, even when you cannot see everything clearly. In every storm of life, when everything around you becomes chaotic and uncontrollable, remember that the Lord is your peace. He is the one who will calm the storm and keep you steady. The Lord can calm the storms in your life, helping you overcome them and stand firm like a rock. The Lord not only protects you from dangers, but also protects you from negative influences of the world. He helps you maintain your faith, see the good in every situation, and always live in love and hope. And when you feel like you no longer have the strength to continue, the Lord will be your strength. He will lift you up when you feel weak, helping you stand and continue your journey. The Lord will be the one to raise you when you fall, giving you a resilient heart and a determination never to give up. Trust in the Lord's protection, for He is great, full of power, and full of mercy. The Lord always goes before you, preparing the way, clearing obstacles, so you can move forward confidently. In every circumstance, the Lord always has a wonderful plan for you, even if you cannot see it right now. He knows the road you are on, and He will always lead you in a way that only He understands. Faith in the Lord's protection will help you never feel alone, even when the world turns its back on you. He is the one who will never abandon you and will always open new doors, helping you move forward in peace and hope. So, place your full trust in the Lord, and do not worry about the difficulties or challenges. The Lord will protect you, guide you, and He will always have a way to make things better for you, because He loves you immensely. This life is not without moments when we feel that we have stumbled, made mistakes, or hurt others. When these mistakes happen, we may feel like there is no way to make things right, that shame, guilt, and pain are irreparable. However, in those moments that seem hopeless, the Lord always invites us to return to Him and receive His forgiveness. The Lord's forgiveness is limitless. It is not a one-time forgiveness, but one that lasts forever, without conditions. The Lord does not see you through the mistakes you have made. He sees you through your desire to change and return to Him. The Lord loves you not because you are perfect, but because you are His child. When you apologize and repent sincerely, the Lord will forgive you. There is no sin too great for the Lord to forgive, and no mistake that prevents you from starting anew. Do not let guilt take over your mind, for the Lord has borne all your sins on the cross. The mistakes you have made do not define you. The Lord wants you to realize that through His forgiveness, you can begin again, renew yourself, and be restored. The Lord has absolute power to heal the emotional wounds you carry, and He also has the power to turn mistakes into opportunities for growth and learning. When you open your heart to accept the Lord's forgiveness, you will feel the freedom and peace He brings. Forgiveness is the key that sets you free from the burdens of the past, allowing you to live in the present and look toward the future with renewed hope. The Lord will never hold your mistakes against you. He does not remember your sins once you have sincerely repented. Restoration in the Lord is a journey full of hope. When you fall, the Lord will lift you up. No failure is forever, and He can use those difficult moments to refine and perfect you. The challenges you face are not the end, but a part of the journey that leads you to maturity and strength of spirit. The Lord can restore what has been lost. When you feel that you have lost hope or lost something important in life, remember that the Lord is the one who can restore everything. He can bring peace and prosperity to you, even in times when everything seems to have broken apart. The Lord not only forgives you, but also helps you heal broken relationships, revive dead dreams, and restore what you have lost. Everything can become new in the Lord. Remember, even in the greatest sorrow, the Lord can make you stronger. The Lord's forgiveness is an opportunity for you to change, to walk on the new path He has prepared for you. Let this forgiveness become the motivation for you to change, to live a life according to the purpose God created you for. When you realize His forgiveness, you will no longer be haunted by the ghosts of the past. Instead, you will live in freedom and joy, knowing that the Lord can always renew you, no matter the mistakes you have made. Forgiveness is also an opportunity for you to forgive yourself. Do not live in self-blame. Do not let past mistakes obscure the bright future the Lord has prepared for you. The Lord has forgiven you, so you too need to forgive yourself. This not only helps you free yourself from guilt, but also opens the door for you to receive complete restoration from the Lord. Your restoration is not just about fixing mistakes, but about transforming suffering into lessons. And through that, you can rise stronger. It is a process of transformation under the Lord's guidance, so that you become the person He always intended for you to be, a strong person, full of faith, and overflowing with love. So remember, through the Lord's forgiveness, you are free. And in that freedom, you can overcome all the obstacles that have stood in your way. You can rise stronger, and you can move forward with renewed hope. Each of us faces challenges in life, whether they are health issues, relationships, work, or mental crises. But in every challenge, we are never alone. The Lord is always with us, accompanying us through every hardship. He will never leave us, even in the hardest times. The Lord loves you unconditionally. This is something we need to remember deeply. God's love does not change. It is not based on your success or failure. No matter how weak or insufficient you may feel, His love for you remains the same. The Lord's love is infinite, boundless. When you feel abandoned, forgotten, remember that the Lord is always with you. He will never leave you in any circumstance. Wherever you are, whatever situation you are in, the Lord still loves you. The Lord loves you even when you are not perfect. You do not need to do anything to deserve His love, because He loved you even before you were born. He knows everything about you, your weaknesses, your failures, your fears, and He still loves you completely. When you face challenges, remember that the Lord is walking with you. Nothing in this life can separate you from His love. He will always be your refuge, your peace within. In those moments when you feel tired and desperate, the Lord understands all your pain. He is not a stranger to the sufferings we go through. He Himself endured trials, pain, and hardships when He lived on this earth. Therefore, He understands the difficulties you are facing, and He will help you overcome them. The Lord will never let you endure hardship alone. He will always be with you, guiding you through the darkest paths, lighting the way for every step you take. Remember, The Lord does not just love you when things are going well, but He also loves you when you face difficulties. His love is not dependent on the state of your life, but is a constant, unwavering love. The Lord promises to help you overcome every challenge. He does not promise that life will be without difficulties, but He promises to always be with you in those tough times. Do not be afraid, for the Lord has overcome this world. He has conquered death and sin, and because of that, He can help you overcome everything in life. When you go through challenges, believe that the Lord is shaping and refining you. Every trial is an opportunity for you to grow in faith, to understand more of His unconditional love and His careful care for you. Through challenges, you will see that His love is an endless source of strength, helping you stand firm through every hardship. The Lord's presence in your trials is the most comforting thing. When you feel alone, when you do not know what to do, remember that the Lord will never leave you behind. He will always be with you, guiding you through the darkness and giving you the strength to stand firm. The Lord is your peace. When the world around you becomes chaotic, when you feel you cannot go on anymore, come to the Lord. He will grant you a peace that surpasses all understanding. It is the peace of the heart, the comfort of the soul, and the resilience of faith. Never forget that you are not facing challenges alone. The Lord is always there to lift you up. He loves you, cares for you, and will never let you fall into despair. The love of the Lord is infinite and eternal. The Lord loves you forever, and He will never change. No matter how tough the challenge is, His love is the light that guides you, the steadfast hand that lifts you, helping you overcome all difficulties. Let the love of the Lord be your motivation to move forward, to walk in hope and faith in His goodness, even when facing the greatest trials of life. The Lord always loves you unconditionally, no matter where you are or what challenges you face. Place your trust in Him, for He will always be with you and help you overcome every difficulty. With the love and protection of the Lord, you will find peace and the right path in life. Walk with faith and hope, for you are never alone. The Lord is always by your side, leading you to a life full of meaning and happiness.